Reaching 70 isn't the end, it's the dawn of a beautiful new chapter. But here's the truth. What once felt important in your 40s or 50s may no longer hold the same weight. Some things just don't matter anymore, while others need to be released so that you can truly embrace peace and joy. Today, we'll dive into 12 things that no longer make sense for women after 70. Stick with me until the end, because the final one might change how you view yourself in ways you never expected. But before we get into it, I want to ask you this. Have you ever felt like society still expects you to chase after youth, follow fleeting trends, or worry about things that no longer bring you happiness? If that resonates with you, this video is your invitation to break free and start living life on your terms.
If that sounds familiar, then this video is for you. It's time to break free from outdated expectations and start living life on your terms. So, grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's dive into the first thing that no longer makes sense after 70. 12 things that no longer make sense after 70. 1. Chasing unrealistic beauty standards. What is beauty, really? For decades, society has fed us the same message: youth, beauty. We've been told to fight aging, to hide every wrinkle, to dye every gray hair, to spend thousands on creams, treatments, and surgeries. But after 70, does any of that still make sense? Let's pause for a second. Think back to your younger years. All the time, energy, and money spent trying to look a certain way. Did it really make you feel more beautiful? Or was it just an endless chase? Here's the truth no one tells you. Beauty after 70 isn't about looking younger. It's about looking alive, feeling vibrant, and embracing yourself fully. Why do we feel pressured to fight aging? Because for years, the beauty industry has made billions convincing us that we're not enough, that we need to fix ourselves, that aging is something to be ashamed of. But let's flip the script. Imagine you walk into a room, no heavy makeup, no expensive treatments, just you. Confidence shining from within, a genuine smile lighting up your face, eyes filled with wisdom and stories. That is beauty. Think about the most radiant people you know. Are they the ones obsessed with looking younger? Or are they the ones who fully embrace who they are? Because confidence and joy are far more attractive than a wrinkle-free face. Let's talk about Margaret. Margaret spent thousands on facelifts, Botox, and anti-aging treatments. Every time she looked in the mirror, she saw what was missing, not what was beautiful. She constantly worried. Do I look old? Do people notice my wrinkles? Then one day, she stopped. She let her silver hair grow out. She started wearing less makeup. And guess what? She felt freer than she had in years. Why? Because she wasn't fighting against time anymore. She was embracing it. And suddenly, people saw her differently. Not as someone trying to stay young, but as someone who owned her age with confidence. What's the solution? So here's the question. Do we keep chasing an impossible standard? Or do we embrace the beauty that comes with time? Here's how to truly glow after 70. Ditch the anti-aging mindset. Your face tells a story worth celebrating. Focus on feeling good inside. Health, joy, and purpose make you radiant. Let your gray hair shine if you want to. It's a crown you've earned. Invest in things that truly bring happiness, not just expensive creams. After all, a face with wrinkles but filled with laughter is far more beautiful than a face without a single line but no joy. So tell me, what makes you feel most beautiful today? Drop a comment below and let's start embracing beauty on our terms. Chapter 2. Holding on to too much clutter. Look around your home. Closets packed with clothes you never wear. Drawers overflowing with things you forgot you even had. Shelves filled with knickknacks collecting dust. Does it bring you joy? Or does it feel overwhelming? After 70, keeping too much just in case no longer makes sense. Instead of making life easier, clutter weighs us down, physically and mentally. Why is it so hard to let go of things? Because objects carry memories. That old dress reminds you of a time you felt beautiful. That set of dishes belonged to your mother. That stack of papers? I might need them someday. But here's the hard truth. Most of these things are not adding value to your life. They're just taking up space. And too much clutter isn't just an inconvenience. It creates stress. Studies show that a cluttered home leads to a cluttered mind. It increases anxiety, makes relaxation harder, and even affects sleep. So why do we keep all this stuff? Because letting go feels like losing a piece of ourselves. But in reality, decluttering isn't about getting rid of the past. It's about making room for the present. Meet Susan. For years, she kept hundreds of outfits in her closet. Dresses from 20 years ago, shoes she never wore, purses still in boxes. One day, she realized something shocking. She only wore about 10 outfits, her absolute favorites. The rest? Just taking up space. So she made a change. She donated what she no longer loved. She cleared out the clutter. And suddenly, her mornings became easier. Her home felt lighter, and her mind felt clearer. She didn't lose anything. She gained freedom. What's the solution? So here's the question. Are you holding on to things you don't actually need? Here's how to declutter without regret. Start small. One drawer, one shelf at a time. Ask, do I use this? Do I love this? If not, let it go. Keep only what makes life easier, happier, or truly meaningful. Donate items to someone who will actually use them, because a home filled with peace is worth more than a home filled with stuff. So tell me, what's one thing you could let go of today to create more space in your life? Chapter 3. Engaging in unnecessary arguments. Your energy is precious. At this stage of life, every moment should be spent on joy, peace, and meaningful connections, not on pointless conflicts. But let's be honest, it's easy to get caught up in arguments, especially with family. Maybe it's about politics. Maybe it's about a disagreement between your kids. Maybe it's just about who should host Thanksgiving this year. Does it really matter? We often feel the urge to step in and fix things, to mediate, to explain, to prove a point. But at what cost? Stress? Tension? Frustration? And here's the truth. Winning an argument doesn't bring happiness. Letting go does. Choosing not to argue isn't weakness. It's wisdom. It means protecting your peace, valuing your time, and knowing which battles are actually worth fighting. Meet Margaret. For years, she felt obligated to mediate her adult children's arguments. Every holiday, every gathering, she found herself in the middle of their conflicts. One day, she asked herself, why am I carrying their stress? So she made a choice. She stepped back. She let them work out their own issues. And guess what? Her stress disappeared. Her relationship with her kids actually improved. And most importantly, she felt free. What's the solution? If an argument doesn't bring you peace, ask yourself, do I really need to be involved? Will this matter in a year? Is this worth my energy? If the answer is no, let it go, because choosing peace is always the better choice. Chapter 4. Saying yes to everything. For decades, we believed that saying yes meant we were kind, generous, and loved. Yes to family gatherings. Yes to social events. Yes to helping others. But here's the truth. Saying yes to everything means saying no to yourself. And at 70 plus, your time and energy are too valuable to waste. Why do we struggle to say no? Because we don't want to disappoint people, because we feel guilty, because we think, if I say no, they'll stop inviting me. But saying no doesn't mean you don't care. It means you're choosing what truly matters. When you stop overcommitting, you gain more energy for things that actually bring you joy, more time for what truly matters, your health, your passions, your happiness, more freedom to live life on your terms. Meet Eleanor. For years, she attended every birthday party, every club meeting, every social event. She was constantly exhausted, but felt like she had to show up. One day, she decided to change. She started asking herself 2 simple questions. Do I really want to do this? 2, will this bring me joy? If the answer was no, she politely declined, and instead of feeling guilty, she felt relieved. Now, she spends her time on things she truly enjoys, and she's happier than ever. What's the solution? Next time someone invites you to something, try this. Pause before saying yes. Ask yourself, is this how I want to spend my time? If it's not, say no, without guilt. Because at this stage in life, your happiness matters more than pleasing everyone else. So tell me, what's one thing you'll start saying no to? 5. Chasing perfection. For years, we were told that everything must be perfect. The house must be spotless. The table must be beautifully set. The meals must be flawless. But let's be honest. Who are we trying to impress? At 70 plus, perfection is exhausting and completely unnecessary. Perfection is an illusion. No matter how hard we try, something will always be slightly out of place. The cake might sink in the middle. The decorations might not match. The house might not be as tidy as it once was. And guess what? No one actually cares. What matters most? The laughter at the dinner table, the warmth of being with loved ones, the moments that make life meaningful. Perfection doesn't create happiness, but letting go of it does. Meet Helen. For decades, Helen hosted Christmas dinner for her family. She spent weeks preparing, cleaning, decorating, and cooking elaborate meals. By the time Christmas arrived, she was so exhausted that she barely enjoyed the day. Then one year, everything changed. Her oven broke, the table settings didn't match, the food was far from perfect, and yet, that was the best Christmas her family ever had. Why? Because she finally let go of the pressure and simply enjoyed the moment. What's the solution? Next time you feel the urge to make everything perfect, ask yourself, will anyone actually notice if it's not? Does this really matter in the big picture? Am I sacrificing my own happiness for something no one else cares about? If the answer is no, let it go, because life is about connection, not perfection. So tell me, what's one thing you'll stop stressing over? Chapter 6. Neglecting health because I'm already old. Many people over 70 start thinking, why bother? I'm already old. What difference does it make? But here's the truth. Your health is your most valuable asset at any age. It's easy to believe that aging means slowing down, getting weaker, and accepting discomfort. But in reality, small choices make a big difference. Eating better gives you more energy. Moving your body keeps your joints and muscles strong. Staying active can even add years to your life. Feeling good isn't just for the young. You deserve to feel strong, energized, and independent. No matter your age, meet Margaret. At 75, she struggled with arthritis and felt tired all the time. She thought, what's the point of exercising at my age? But one day, she joined a senior yoga class. At first, it was hard. Her balance wasn't great. Her muscles felt stiff, but she stuck with it. And after just a few weeks, everything changed. Her pain reduced. Her energy increased. She felt 10 years younger. Margaret realized, it's never too late to take care of myself. What's the solution? You don't need to run marathons or lift heavy weights. Just start small. Walk for 10 minutes a day. Stretch in the morning. Choose fresh foods over processed ones. Your body will thank you. So, what's one small change you can start today? Chapter 7. Holding on to toxic relationships. Have you ever kept a friendship just because it's been there for years, even though it drains your energy? Many people over 70 feel guilty letting go of old friends. But ask yourself, is this relationship adding joy to your life or taking it away? As we age, our time and energy become more valuable. You no longer have to tolerate negativity. You don't owe anyone your happiness. You deserve relationships that uplift and support you. Keeping toxic people around just because of history? That's like keeping an old broken chair because you've had it for years, even though it's uncomfortable and falling apart. A real-life example. Meet Evelyn. For 30 years, she had a friend named Carol. But every time they met, Carol only complained. She criticized everything Evelyn did. She drained Evelyn's energy with negativity. One day, Evelyn realized something. Why am I spending my precious time with someone who makes me feel worse, not better? So she made a decision. She started distancing herself from Carol. At first, it felt uncomfortable, but soon she noticed something. She felt lighter, no more emotional weight. She had more peace, less stress in her life. She found better friends, people who made her laugh and feel appreciated. And guess what? She never regretted it. What's the solution? If a relationship doesn't bring joy, peace, or support, it's okay to let it go. Set boundaries with people who drain your energy. Spend time with those who make you feel valued. Remember, choosing happiness isn't selfish, it's self-care. So, do you have a Carol in your life? What's one step you can take to protect your peace? 8. Thinking. It's too late to learn something new. Who told you that learning has an expiration date? At 70, 80, or even 90? Your brain is still capable of growing, adapting, and learning. Many people say, I'm too old for that. But what if that belief is holding you back from some of the most exciting experiences of your life? Studies show that learning new skills can slow cognitive decline and even help prevent memory-related illnesses. It stimulates the brain, improves mental agility, and brings a sense of accomplishment. And let's not forget the biggest benefit: it makes life fun again. Think about it. When was the last time you did something for the first time? Meet Margaret. At 72, she found herself stuck in the same daily routine. She had always admired the Spanish language but thought, at my age, learning a new language would be impossible. Then one day, she decided to give it a shot. She started with a simple app, practicing 5 minutes a day. Then, she joined a senior-friendly language course. Fast forward a year later, she could introduce herself, hold small conversations, and even order food in Spanish. More importantly, she felt energized, motivated, and more connected to the world than ever before. It wasn't about becoming fluent. It was about proving to herself that she could still learn, grow, and evolve. What's the solution? Forget the idea that learning is just for the young. Want to try painting? Pick up a brush? Always loved music? Learn an instrument? Curious about history? Join a discussion group. Never used a smartphone? Ask your grandkids for a quick lesson. The key isn't perfection, it's participation. So what's something you've always wanted to try but never had the time for? Because now is the perfect time to start. Number 9. Avoiding technology because it seems too complicated. Technology can feel overwhelming, but avoiding it only makes life harder, not easier. Many seniors think, it's too late for me to learn all this. But what if technology could actually bring you closer to the people you love and make daily life easier? Let's be honest, new gadgets and apps can feel frustrating at first, but technology isn't about keeping up with trends. It's about staying connected, informed, and engaged with the world. Studies show that seniors who use technology feel less lonely and more independent. It gives access to instant communication, online learning, and even brain-boosting activities. Meet Dorothy, 78 years old. She always avoided technology, relying on landlines and letters. But after moving far from her grandchildren, she felt disconnected. One day, her grandson set up a video call for her. At first, she hesitated. What if she pressed the wrong button? But once she saw her grandson's smiling face on the screen, everything changed. Now, she video calls her family every week, sends text messages, and even watches YouTube for cooking tutorials. She didn't become a tech expert overnight. She simply took the first step. What's the solution? Technology is not your enemy. It's a tool for a better and more connected life. Start small. Learn to video call your loved ones. Try voice assistants like Alexa or Siri for reminders. Watch YouTube tutorials on topics you love. Join Facebook groups for seniors with similar interests. You don't have to learn everything at once. Just take it one step at a time, and soon you'll wonder why you ever avoided it. 10. Caring too much about what others think. For years, we worried about what people might say, about our clothes, our choices, even our laughter. But here's the truth. Nobody is watching as closely as you think, and even if they are, so what? From a young age, society taught us to seek approval, to dress appropriately, to behave properly, to fit in. But at this stage in life, what matters most is your own happiness. Studies show that people over 70 are the happiest when they stop worrying about external judgment. You don't need permission to enjoy your life. You've earned the right to be bold, be yourself, and live freely. Meet Margaret, 74 years old. She always loved bright, colorful dresses, but stuck to neutral colors. Why? Because she thought, people might think I'm too old for this. One day, she put on a bright red dress and walked into her local cafe. At first, she felt nervous. Then something surprising happened. A stranger smiled and said, "You look radiant today." That was the moment she realized. Nobody was judging. It was all in her head. She was free to express herself. From that day on, she wore whatever made her happy. And guess what? Her confidence inspired others around her. What's the solution? Stop holding back because of fear. Want to wear bold colors? Go for it. Want to dance at a party? Do it. Want to try something new? Who cares what others think? At 70 plus, your life is yours to enjoy, so live it on your own terms and never let fear of judgment hold you back. 11. Not having a financial plan. You don't need millions in the bank, but you do need a plan. Why? Because financial stress is the last thing you want in your golden years. Many people believe, I'll just go with the flow, or I've made it this far, I'll be fine. But money doesn't manage itself. Without a plan, even a comfortable savings can disappear faster than expected. Unexpected medical bills, a sudden home repair, or simply running out of funds too soon. Meet Linda and Mary, both retired at 65. Linda thought, I've saved enough, I'll just enjoy life. She spent freely, traveled, and helped family members financially. By 75, she realized she had very little left. Now, she worries about every dollar. Mary, on the other hand, set a clear budget. She still enjoyed life, traveled, treated herself, but always within her means. At 75, she's financially secure and living stress-free. What's the solution? Know your budget. Track what's coming in and going out. Plan for the unexpected. Medical costs, home repairs, emergencies. Enjoy, but be smart. Spend on things that truly add value to your life. Having a plan doesn't mean you can't enjoy your money. It means you'll enjoy it without stress, because peace of mind, that's priceless. Number 12. Fearing aging. Aging is not a decline. Aging is a privilege. Some people spend their whole lives trying to fight time, hiding wrinkles, covering gray hair, worrying about looking old. But let's ask a serious question. What's the alternative? Because the only way to avoid aging is to stop living. Why this no longer makes sense. For decades, society told us that youth equaled beauty, youth equaled value. But that's simply not true. At 70, 80, 90 years old, your worth isn't measured by how smooth your skin is. It's measured by your experiences, your wisdom, your presence. Aging gives you something youth never could, a deep appreciation for life itself. So why waste another second fearing it? Meet Margaret. She's 80 years old, and she's thriving. But it wasn't always this way. In her 60s, she dreaded every birthday. She avoided mirrors. She stopped taking pictures. She even skipped family gatherings because she didn't feel young enough. Then, one day, her grandson asked her, "Grandma, why don't you like getting older?" She didn't have an answer. And that was the moment she decided she wasn't going to hide from aging anymore. She started painting, a hobby she always put off. She joined a local book club and met amazing new friends. She stopped dyeing her hair, and for the first time in years, she looked in the mirror and smiled. Why? Because she realized something powerful. Aging isn't something to be afraid of. Aging is something to embrace. What should you do? Shift your perspective. Stop focusing on what you've lost. Start appreciating what you've gained. Celebrate life. Every new year is a gift. Don't waste it worrying about the past. Do what brings you joy. Try new things. Travel. Laugh more. Now is the time. Because the truth is, you are not too old to be happy. You're not too old to live fully. You're not too old to chase new dreams. Aging is proof that you've lived, and there's no greater blessing than that.
So, here we are, 12 things that no longer make sense after 70. Let's be real for a moment. We've spent so many years holding onto worries that ultimately don't serve us. It's time to let go and embrace life on our terms. What's the greatest lesson? Stop chasing perfection and start savoring the present. Prioritize your joy, your peace, and your happiness over society's expectations. Invest in what truly matters: relationships, experiences, and your own well-being. After 70, life isn't about seeking approval. It's about embracing the freedom, joy, and peace that come with age. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you've already let go of, or something else you've realized no longer fits your life? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If this message spoke to you, please hit that like button to help others find it. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an empowering moment. Share this with a friend because we all deserve to live life fully, without guilt or pressure. Remember, growing older is not an end, but a fresh beginning. Let's make the most of it. I'll see you in the next video.